I'm looking forward to the 20th of this month. I'm going to be hacking a really boring piece of work that used to take me close to 3 hours every month and still had mistakes, and I'm going to be slicing it by over half. 90 minutes of sanity retrieved back to me every month. Now, I'm not a techie person. I'll tell you that straight off. I grew up in London before internet ever existed or anyone had thought of it. And I've been mentoring people and businesses now for over 30 years. And yet 90 minutes back to me, it is gold. I'm looking forward to this. And there are other savings on top of that on the way. And I'll give you the secret to all of this, how I did it right now. And it's not AI. Because before AI comes that change when you stop waiting to feel ready and just get on with it. Now, I'm Michael Horesh. This is the 172 group, and I'm going to share with you, tell you exactly what I did and how. So let me put something out there on the table straight away. The biggest obstacles to using AI is not the technology itself. And it's not which platform to choose or the cost or the fact that you didn't grow up with it or any of that sort of thing. It's about your approach. If you treat AI as the story of the genie and the lamp syndrome, but only this time you get more than 3 wishes. Most business owners that I come across think about AI in the wrong way. They ask, how much do I need to know before I can use this? They try this approach instead. Try asking a different question, the right question. Which tasks are you doing right now, repeatedly, daily, whatever it is, that have almost no real value? Because that's what AI is for. In the first case, that sort of repetitive work, the stuff that fills your day and empties your energy. When you see it that way, you realize that you are throwing out a problem, but not replacing it with technology. So I've got 4 tips for you, and let's get straight into them. Item number 1, find the repetitive task that is quietly stealing your time, draining you of that energy. I'll give you my own example. For years, and I mean years, I had almost a daily workflow that involved jumping between 4 Excel files. I'm not joking, 4, several times a day, cross-referencing data, checking, copying, pasting, and all the usual stuff. Now, it was not complicated work. It required some thinking, but it was not complicated. But it was boring and not good for me. So I started thinking, what could I do with this with AI? Now, I've already reduced that down to 3 files and shortly 2, and who knows, maybe even 1. The hours that I've recovered from just that one task is quite simply countless. And obviously significant because it means I can do other things, whether it be work with clients or be with the family. I don't need to understand how AI does this. I don't really care, to be honest. And also, I've got to tell you, I didn't take a course. I learned a little bit over the internet, read some reviews, listened to some podcasts, and hey presto, I was off. That was the process. Think about your own week right now. What is the task that you do, that you repeat, hour in, hour out, or whatever it may be, that a reasonably smart system could handle much faster, more accurately than yourself? Because this is where you need to start, not with an AI in the abstract, but with that specific task. Now, if you're finding this useful, the 172 group community, I want to tell you, has grown by about 15% in recent weeks. Every subscriber sends a signal to the algorithm, and that signal helps the content then reach other new business owners just like yourself. If this is landing well with you, if this is resonating with you, can I ask you to do 3 things, total 5 seconds? Hit the like button, subscribe, and then share with a good friend or colleague of yours. Because It's real impact for someone else. That's the 172 group. That's the way we work and we grow together. Now, back to the tips. Item number two, stop agonizing over which platform to use. I'm getting tongue-tied here. I use Claude. I'll save you the comparison headache. You can look at Copilot or Gemini or Perplexity. Every week there seems to be a new one. If you want, try the Chinese ones. Now, I'm not a tech expert. As I've already said, I'll be the first and second and third to admit it. But here's where I landed. I now use Claude from Anthropic for about 90% of my work. It goes deeper. It handles nuance. I find it very creative. And when you push it, it pushes back with something useful rather than just simply agreeing with you. Keeping it simple, all I suggest is you go to Claude AI and get going. Done, no arguments. Item number three. Free is fine. You don't have to take the paid versions immediately and upgrade if and when you're ready. It's as obvious as that. It doesn't take any more decision-making time than that. Should you pay or use the free version, just start for free. Find out if you're actually going to use it and use it daily or on a regular basis. When you start hitting the limits of your free program on a regular basis, then you know it's time to upgrade, not before. I'm paying $20 a month for an upgraded version of Cowork through Claude. I could pay $17 times 12 for an annual subscription, but who knows what will be better next week, next month, in 3 months' time. So I'm currently on a monthly program. I'm happy with it, and it's given me great value for money. And item number four, do you need to know everything about Claude or its various parts to it immediately? 100% absolutely no. I'm probably using about 20% of what I need to know at the moment, although that's gradually improving, but it does it for me. People say to me, Michael, there's so much to learn about this program or that platform. I tell them this. Think of any skill that you've learned over the years. As I've recently said, I'm known in certain circles as the whiskey taster, but unfortunately, it doesn't mean that I know every bottle or every offering from every distillery from around the different countries in the globe. AI is exactly the same. What I focus on is that 20% of capability that creates 80% of my value. Client documents, proposals, even creating this video, and yes, rationalizing repetitive workflows like those with the Excel files. That's my zone. That's where I go deep and dive deep in. I ignore the rest, and again, I try not to overthink. So where do we go from here? Well, normally at this stage, I tell people, just start, just go in there. But this time, there's a step before that. As I've hinted earlier, you need, before looking at a platform, an AI platform, to change your approach. This is not about how much you know about whatever platform it is. It's about your mindset shift. What is the problem that is bugging you that you need to resolve now? Genuinely appreciate that you no longer have to do these repetitive tasks, whether you're doing it in a group framework or as a self-employed person or whatever. The back and forth between spreadsheets, the emails that you write from scratch every time, the proposals built on a blank page, all of that you can get rid of. Yes, you can get rid of it. Those tasks are not your job. They never were. Your job is the judgment, the things only you can do where you add value. And if you really want to understand exactly where your business is going and to create even further momentum, go to the 172 website and take our business gap index. It'll take you a few minutes. It's free and it gives you a clear picture of where to focus next. The link's in the description below. I'm Michael Horesh. Change your thinking, then start.